tell me, Kushal, what do you think that first, like what Daniel was saying, was that very few understand Khalistan, as you know, Canadians may not understand the whole Khalistan issue, all that. It's difficult. Do they understand that there's a difference between Sikhs and Khalistanis?
Yeah.
They do
I
get
think
that?
they understand
Or that
turban
everybody
people.
wearing a turban is Khalistani?
No, I don't think so.
No?
That's the case. I think they have now started to understand that yellow flag turban people yelling with swords, doing weird things. They kind see everybody.
Not everybody in India understands that. I mean, you go to South India, they won't know the difference that this guy is a Khalistani
No,
or a
but
Sikh
I
or
think
a
they have
what.
because Khalistanis go and do their marches in certain spots. That is point number one. And they're so brazen that they make sure you know they're Khalistani. Right? They have Indira Gandhi effigies. They have symbols talking about kill Modi.
But that would just be in a gurdwara or in a restaurant.
No. They do it in roads. They do it outside the Indian consulate. They do it everywhere.
Again, they've kind of merged with the communists and the Muslim Brotherhood, and it's
But
about dominance.
doing it. That's what you're trying to
but,
say. When they need to do an action for you to know
See,
that
what
they're
has happened is,
Khalistanis.
in my view, the anti-immigration sentiment has led to everybody paying attention to everything that brown people do.
Exactly.
And what happens is the rest of the brown folks, right? They are just living normal lives, going to an office, running a shop, running a restaurant, running, driving a truck or something of that sort. And there are this bunch of people with yellow flags going around yelling and screaming and just annoying
ripping
people.
up the Indian flag and annoying people. Yeah, so he's right. It's a lot of it is with the mass migration and like just flooding the country with.
But I want to make a
low-skill-
point about the Conservative Party over here. Let's be very clear. Conservative Party in its current avatar, Pierre Poilievre is not Prime Minister Harper. Let's just put that on record. It doesn't mean I dislike him or anything, but he's not Harper.
Exactly.
Harper had a very clear vision of what extremism is, how we deal with extremism. Harper, during his reign, never went to any extremist place, whether it was a Gurdwara, whether it was a mosque, or if
you would
any
notice
other.
on any he would like if Harper was going to embrace like on Eid al-Fitr, he would go to like an Ismaili or Ahmadi. He would go to
Never
he
go
would
to
like
any other
because
place.
he would go to. And he was very clever what Harper did, because to the Canadians they say, "Oh, he's with Muslims. That's nice. We don't like Islamophobia." And to the real like geopolitical nerds, we go, "Oh, I know what he's doing."
He could parse the difference,
because the Muslim Brotherhood would start screaming, "Those aren't real Muslims."
But
Those
Pierre
are
has
kafir."
broken that line.
So right.
Pierre has broken that line. Pierre has gone on Khalistani rallies. He's shared the stage with open Khalistanis, and that's where Pierre has made a mistake.
Why? Does he need
Because
the Sikh vote or does he need the
because the
Khalistani
liberals
vote?
went
It's
full
Canadian
mental.
politics, and they don't understand. So he's just liberals go full mental, and
And
you
then
know
the conservatives tend to copy liberals.
and like okay, so the conservative Pierre has two deputy leaders of his party. Okay, there's two deputy leaders. One is Melissa Lantsman, and she is a lesbian Jewish woman. The other one is Tim Uppal, and he is a Sikh who wears a turban. Why are they the deputy leaders? Are they the two most qualified people? Probably not. Melissa's new to politics. Tim Uppal's been there. They're there because they stand behind Pierre Poilievre. So when the media and the liberals say, "You're a racist," he goes, I have a lesbian Jewish woman, and I have a Sikh guy standing right behind me.
So diversity is there,
It's the diversity. It's DI.
Because they're playing the field and the rules of the game that are set by liberals.
So how are Canadians not different or
Canada is a very left-wing society.
Exactly like Europeans.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Exactly like UK.
I think Canadians are Europeans in denial.
No. Canadians are not Europeans.
They're Europeans who like ice hockey. What's the difference?
No. It's you have it inverted. The modern Canada, the whole thing in the discord is Trudeau's embraced this, and Canadians have been tried in the new Canadian mentality of wanting to like be like Europeans, be part of this global world, right? Post-national, the EU and Canada, be part of this grand European bureaucracy, and that's what's causing the discord in Canada, in my view, is we're fundamentally not Europeans. We're frontier people. We're not Americans. We're not Europeans. We're like the intermediary between the two, and we're unique, different people.
My cousin once said Canadians are confused Americans.
So now let me again ask you, what happens to the Khalistan
I think
movement?
Khalistani movement, the biggest setback to the Khalistani movement was Orange Man getting elected in the neighborhood. It's Trump. Orange Man has his own way. And the biggest immigration human trafficking was aided and abetted. You cannot have human trafficking, cross-border human trafficking, until you control the logistics. Who controls the logistics? Who controls the drug trade? Those two trades and the Khalistani imprints on these two industries are very deep-rooted. So if you want to stop that, and Trump wants that, right? If Trump wants that, all of this is good. Just today, I read a news in Ottawa where 4 people were arrested for aiding and abetting cross-border, just taking people across the border. And they were not Khalistanis, there were other names involved in this report that I'm talking about. But until and unless, I don't think the conservatives can fix anything. I have lost faith in the idea of a Canadian government fixing anything. But I do have faith in the idea that America will fix Canada. Sorry.
America will fix Canada.
Trump,
because that sounds ominous.
Like, listen, I support, like, Trump wants to put 25% tariffs. What are his things? Illegal immigration, uncontrolled immigration, and fentanyl coming in from that. I want that stopped too, because I'm a Canadian. I don't want 25% tariffs, but listen, to save the country...
but the Canadian state apparatus is not capable to solve that until and unless there is a gun on the table put by the Americans, because 60% to 70% of trade of Canada is with the United States of America.
They need a push. And if Trump actually does say, no more... If the Canadians actually say, okay, we have to crack down on cross-border illegal immigration and fentanyl and drug trafficking, or else we're going to be screwed, well, that's going to do a huge part to undermine the Khalistani movement. Also, the CCP and other
don't do anything
bad things, right?
The day Trump has won the election and he was declared the president-elect, and look at the news segments of fentanyl drug busts, border drug busts, border illegal trafficking controlled, new rules of immigration and tighter rules of immigration, all done in Canada. It cannot be a coincidence. The amount of increase in controlling the border, controlling the drugs, controlling everything has just skyrocketed. Look at the amount of videos that Gurpatwan Singh Pannu used to produce before Trump became the president to after Trump became the president-elect. These are not coincidences. You can do a statistical analysis of all these things. It's because of America, whether we like it or not. And if the Democrats would have been in power, this would have gone on steroids, because Kamala Harris would have aided and abetted Canada even more. So let's not kid ourselves. If the conservatives would have come to power and Kamala Harris was the president, none of this would have changed.
None of it.
So I refuse to believe that. But this is why conservatives are better for Canada.
So will conservatives play ball with Trump?
Yeah, because what the conservatives
They
have
have
wanted,
to.
they will, because the conservatives want this, but they need to be pushed into it. Like, it's weird people. Like, the conservatives are...
No government likes to be told that we have to play ball.
Okay, but...
What are they going to do?
No. Okay, so it's not that told, like...
Shut off the power, right to New York.
Yeah, come on, Smita. 70%
You saw that,
of
right?
the damn economy is America.
You have to understand the Canadian conservatives. They want to shut down illegal immigration. They want to shut down fentanyl. They want to be conservative. They're just so scared. It's like the British grooming gang thing. Everyone knows it's open secrets, but they don't want to be called racist. They're too scared. They want someone to push them into action so they could do it. Because at the end of the day, they want
Trump
to be
is
the heroes.
Perfect excuse, Smita.
Right? They want to be the heroes.
He's
they
right.
want
He's
to do
actually
it, but
right.
they know they're too scared to do it. So they're kind of like looking for someone else around to do it. Like,
They need Orange Man. They need the optics of Orange Man putting a gun on the table, and then they go hammer.
Yeah, and then they'll go and then be forced to do it, and they'll be allowed to because they have to, right? It's either 25% tariffs and it all falls apart, or we do nothing because, right, this sort of kicking the can down the road mentality, very Western.
Okay. So Trudeau says that Trump's repeated remarks to annex Canada into United States is a distraction from the consequences of the 25% tariff threat. Trump said that tariffs will remain in effect until such a time that drugs, in particular fentanyl and other illegal aliens, stop this invasion of our country. Right?
What are they going to turn the lights off, America?
Yeah.
It's like, go sit in cold weather. Like,
We've
what
destroyed
are
our
they
own.
gonna do?
We destroyed our own energy industry.
Okay, Smita, let's understand Canada.
Okay,
90% of Canada lives by an American border.
Yeah. So, but the number one priority of the conservatives.
Yeah, he said that 25% tariff on Canadian products would ultimately hurt American consumers and business because the products will become more expensive.
They would. Listen.
Yeah.
Canada and the U.S. have billions of dollars of trade going through. It's a very important relationship economically and culturally. I would love to stop the illegal immigration for both sides. The fentanyl is bad. We have a minister, Yara Sachs. Her job is to just give opium to children for free. That's literally what Canada does, is just hand out opium, especially in BC. In BC, which is like our California on the West Coast, woke lunatic, like far left lunatics.
British Columbia.
Okay.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.